This is boring, but it melts fat like crazy, especially for women who feel like their body has stopped responding to dieting. I know because I've lost over 15 kilos now, and I finally broke the yo-yo cycle using this exact approach, all without counting calories, extreme cardio, or living on chicken and broccoli. What I'm about to talk about is fasting. It's not glamorous, but it gets results like nothing else. And that's the part that nobody explained to me back when I was 84 kilos spending money on weight loss coaching that didn't work. It's not that you're eating too much or moving too little. In fact, I lost 8 kilos without even increasing my exercise at the time. Your body is just stuck because your fat storage hormone insulin is constantly elevated. Unfortunately, your body is governed by hormones because you are a living being. What a surprise. And everything that you eat or don't eat gives those hormones a signal. And here's where women unfortunately draw the short straw. Almost all fasting advice is written by men, studied by men, tested on men, for men. And when women follow it, they end up shaky, starving, exhausted, and with hormones completely out of whack. If you've tried fasting and thought it made everything feel worse, then this video is going to drastically help you the next time you attempt it. So today I'm breaking down what actually happens in your body hour by hour when you fast, why women must fast differently than men, especially if you have a cycle, how fasting lowers insulin when nothing else has worked, and the real results that you can expect. Okay, so let's start. Your belly fat, it's not about calories, it is about insulin. Every time you eat, especially carbs and sugar, your body releases insulin. Insulin's job is to clear glucose out of your bloodstream and store it somewhere. First, it goes to your liver and your muscles, but once those are full, it goes straight to your fat cells. Insulin literally is the only hormone in your body that stores fat. Yes, other hormones can impact fat storage, but they do this by impacting insulin. Now, if you're eating 3 meals a day plus snacks, your insulin is spiking 6, 7, maybe 8 times a day. That means your body is in fat storage mode almost all day long. It takes about 2 hours for your insulin levels to come back down again, depending on what you ate and how insulin resistant you are. So you never really get a chance to burn fat because insulin is constantly telling your body to just store this, store that as well. And for women over 30, especially if you're sedentary with your job, dealing with maybe perimenopause or PCOS, your body can become insulin resistant. This means that you need more insulin to do the same job. So you're producing more insulin, thus storing more fat and feeling hungrier all the time. It's a nightmare of a cycle. This is why you can be in a calorie deficit and not lose weight. Meanwhile, all those gym bros are just telling you, oh, you're not calculating your calories correctly, and or people are assuming that you've added too much olive oil. God, I hate the olive oil thing. Stop demonizing the calories in olive oil. Nobody is putting that much on their food that is causing that big of a difference. I would know. I smother everything in it and I still lose weight. So how do we flip that switch and enter fat burning? So this is where fasting comes in. It's not just any fasting either. It is strategic, cycle synced fasting that actually works with your hormones instead of against them, which brings me to the timeline. So let me walk you through exactly what's happening in your body from hour 1 to hour 36 of a fast. Hours 0 to 4, this is just normal digestion. Nothing crazy is happening here. Your body is digesting food, insulin is elevated, and you're using the energy from your last meal. Hours 4 to 8, normally you're sleeping at this point. Insulin starts dropping. Your body finally finishes digesting, insulin starts coming down. You're using glucose for energy, but it's coming from your liver's glycogen stores, which is basically your body's backup sugar stash. Hours 8 to 12, this is your transition zone. This is where most people live when they eat 3 meals a day. Your glycogen is getting lower, insulin is dropping, but you haven't fully switched into burning fat yet. This is why breakfast culture exists. Your body signals hunger because it's getting low on glucose, making you want to eat in the morning. Hours 12 to 16 is your fat burning mode. This is when that activates. Around the 12 to 14 hour mark, your glycogen is depleted, your insulin is low, your body realizes, okay, well, we're not getting food, so it's time to use the backup generator. And that backup generator is your fat stores. Your liver starts breaking down fat into something called ketones. Ketones are like premium fuel for your brain. This is where people report feeling some mental clarity, plus you're not hungry anymore because your body is literally making a meal out of your belly fat. Hours 16 to 24, this is when autophagy can start to kick in. So this is where it gets a little bit magical. Autophagy is your body's cleanup crew. Think of it kind of like Marie Kondo going through your cells and throwing out anything that doesn't spark joy. Your body is scanning for old proteins, damaged mitochondria, which is your cell's battery packs, and anything that's just not working efficiently. It breaks them down and recycles them into new healthy cells. This is why fasting is so good for anti-aging and preventing disease and improving the metabolism. Autophagy also ramps up fat burning because your body is repairing the cells that produce energy, the mitochondria that I was just talking about. So you're burning fat more efficiently at this stage. Hours 24 to 36. So this is peak fat loss and growth hormone surge. By 24 hours, you are in deep ketosis. Your insulin is at rock bottom. You're burning fat aggressively. Your body releases a huge spike in human growth hormone. This can be up to 2000% as found in some studies. Growth hormone is the anti-aging, muscle-preserving, fat-burning hormone that people literally pay thousands of dollars to inject. You get it for free when you fast. At this point, I've personally dropped a full kilo on the scale. Now, is all of this fat? No. Some of it is water weight because every gram of glycogen holds about 3 to 4 grams of water. But about half of that is actual fat loss. So when I weigh myself the following day, I'm still down half a kilo. The other benefit here is that your digestion is completely reset. If you struggle with bloating or acid reflux, it's usually gone by this point. Your gut is finally healing and your brain is sharp. Your energy is often through the roof as well. Now, before you go run and just do a 36-hour fast tomorrow, we need to talk about the biggest mistake women make when fasting, because if you ignore this next part, fasting can actually backfire on you. So here's the thing that drives me insane. Other than Dr. Mindy Pell's, pretty much every other fasting video is made by a dude, and dudes with mostly male audiences, and they can fast whenever they want. Like their hormones are stable on a 24-hour cycle. They don't have a menstrual cycle throwing, curveballs every 2 weeks. But if you're a woman with a cycle, fasting at the wrong time can really tank your energy, mess with your hormones, and make you feel like absolute garbage, unfortunately. So let me break down when to fast and when not to fast based on your cycle. Days 1 to 10, this is your menstrual and follicular phase. This is your fasting sweet spot. Your hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, are all pretty low and stable. Your insulin sensitivity is naturally higher as well, and your body is more resilient to stress. This is when you can push for longer fasts, so 18, 6, 24, or even 36 hours. If you're experienced, your body can usually handle it here. Days 11 to 15, this is ovulation. We're going to pump the brakes because your estrogen is peaking. Your body is preparing to ovulate. This is not the time to stress your system with long fasts. Think of it this way. Why would the body want a baby during a famine? Even if you don't want to get pregnant during this cycle, you should understand why fasting would impact ovulation. So stick to 14-10 or 16-8 maximum. Give your body the support that it needs. You can still fast, just don't go extreme. Days 16 onwards, towards the end of your cycle, this is your luteal, your PMS phase. Progesterone is rising, your body needs more glucose or for hormone production. And if you push for long fast here, you might even feel a bit shaky or irritable. Stick to 12 to 14-hour fast or skip fasting altogether, increase your carbs a bit, and this is just not the time to go hard. Here's the thing, if you don't have a cycle, whether you're on birth control or in menopause, you can still sync your fasting to the calendar month and just pay attention to how you feel. Some weeks, longer fasts will feel easy, other weeks they'll feel terrible, and just trust that signal. The key here is variation, so don't do the same fast every single day. Your body will adapt, so mix it up. Some days do 16-8, other days do 18-6, some days do no fasting at all. I've seen so many women report stalling, but even doing the 1 meal a day for months. The body does adapt, and at that point, you're going to be wondering why 1 meal a day worked so well for so long and now it doesn't. Okay, so now that you know when to fast and what's happening in your body, let's talk about autophagy, because it sounds like a boring kind of sciencey thing, but it's actually a secret weapon for keeping weight off long term. So imagine a fridge. You buy groceries, they all have expiration dates. If you keep buying new groceries but never throw out the old ones, eventually your fridge is just going to be full of like expired milk, moldy vegetables, and something unidentifiable in the back. Disgusting. Your body works the same way. So every day your cells are creating waste. This is damaged proteins, broken mitochondria, and cells that aren't working efficiently. And if you never clean that up, it accumulates. That's inflammation. That's why you feel sluggish and you can't lose weight. And autophagy is your body taking out the trash. It scans for anything expired or broken and recycles it. Your body literally eats its own damaged cells and then uses them for energy and to build new healthy cells. And it does this while you aren't fasting as well. If it didn't, you'd be absolutely decrepit by 20. But it really ramps up massively while fasting. And here's why this matters for fat loss. When autophagy cleans up your cells, your metabolism just works better. The mitochondria, which, like I said before, is the powerhouse of your cells, thanks science class, produce more energy. You burn more fat efficiently. You feel better. Autophagy kicks in around the 16-hour mark of fasting and ramps up the longer you're in your fast. This is why people who fast regularly say that they feel younger, sharper, or leaner over time. It's not just the weight loss, it is the cellular repair. Not to mention, people have used this as a tactic to help with excess skin from losing massive amounts of weight. If they incorporate longer fasts into their diet when they lose weight in the first place, they come out with far less saggy skin at the end. You can also trigger autophagy through exercise, but fasting is by far the most effective method to ramp it up. If you've made it this far, you now understand more about insulin, fasting, and women's metabolism than probably 99% of people out there. And I hope that this has made the whole process of fasting feel less scary and a bit more strategic. So here's your action plan. Start with shorter fasts and build up gradually. Sync your fast with your cycle if you have one. Focus on 16 to 36-hour windows with maximum autophagy and fat loss. And don't do the same fast every single day. Keep your body guessing. And if you're ready to apply this properly with some help, my 6-week metabolic method is the complete system. Everything from protein targets, step counts, coaching, carb cycling, and support with recipes and shopping lists. It is designed for women who have tried everything else and are ready to understand their metabolism at a deeper level and finally have a diet that works. And I'll be clear, my coaching is not just me saying, oh, just eat a little bit less and move a little bit more. It is a complete overhaul of everything that you ever thought that you knew about dieting and a complete overhaul of what you're currently eating to try and lose weight. And if you're still in learning mode, start with the free masterclass I've linked below. I talk about the top fat loss mistakes you're probably already making right now and how to fix them. And if you're wondering what to eat during your eating window, then check out this video I did. It's about why protein is absolute king for fat loss and metabolic health, and about how you can eat more while still losing weight without counting calories. If this helped you, please do me a favor, like this video, drop a comment telling me if you've ever tried fasting, and share this with a friend maybe who's been struggling. Let's just help each other out. I will see you in the next one. Now, please go take care of that beautiful body of yours. You've got this.